we need to eat our proud and recognize that we need help, right? Everybody needs help. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a different point of view to help you. That's probably the biggest and most important step of somebody say, okay, I want this, I don't know how to do it, let me find out who can help me with that.
All right, so I'll go ahead and introduce Paco. He was part of the program. He just recently had finished. And we've had some technical difficulties trying to get this review, but he's willing to share his experience with everyone. So we're going to jump straight into it. So Paco, I'll just have a few questions for you. And the first question is, what was your mindset like, or what was your life like before the program? I know when we spoke on the phone, we spoke for over an hour and we went over a lot of things. It took some convincing, but you decided to join the program. Explain that a little bit, before, and then we'll cover a little bit of what it's like now after the program.
Yes, one of the reasons I joined the program because I really have some ideas on things I want to do in terms of businesses, and yes, I was probably full of the wrong mindset, and I mean all the fears associated a new path in my career or my business. So when I had that interview with you, you said, well, we're going to go through several tools and lessons that is going to help you to change that mind into a more positive way. So that was one of the reasons I joined and went through the program. And absolutely, yes. I mean, it's the program easily help you to identify those thoughts and mindset and way of thinking that are very common mistakes that people make, and pulls you away from what we call the dream life, right?
What about the people on here who say, I already know about manifestation, I already know about law of attraction, I don't know if this is going to help me. What if I already know all of this information?
Yes, and that's very important, because me as well and many other people, right now, I mean, in places like Google or YouTube, there is a lot, about the law of manifestation, the law of attractions, but they are very small pieces, right? So those videos, they give you very small pieces, doesn't give you the whole process of how to efficiently manifest your dreams. So the program helps you to go from ground zero to 100%, to actually making it more effective, more reasonable, more complete. So yeah, there was a couple of things in the program. They say, yes, I have seen this before, but I never see it connected to other elements that has to happen really to make those manifestations.
Would you say that it's definitely the structure and the accountability that makes this different from just surfing YouTube, surfing Google, social media posts about law of attraction?
Yeah, there are a few things. One, yes, for sure, the structure, the comprehensive information that is into the program, that tells you, give you a better, broader understanding about, manifestations, about mindset, about motivation, about passion, and on top of that, all the tools that you provide there, right? Which is helps you to implement those learnings into the reality, into your day-to-day activities. Some of the tools, about writing stuff, about, be consistent every day to really put it into it, just spending a few minutes a day, but actually action it, that's what makes different than, listen to some YouTube's videos or or some of those 1 hour webinars, or is the commitment of doing something every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, Paco, and I get that a lot actually. I have another client named Azure, and she told me, she's like, Chris, I knew everything in your program. I was like, oh, did you like regret joining? She's like, no, I didn't regret joining at all because I'm so glad that I can now implement this stuff into my life. She said when she was going through it, she was getting a little bit mad at herself because she's like, I know this, I know this, I know this. Why haven't I been doing this?
Yeah.
And when she started doing it, she actually started seeing results. And she said the same thing. It's the structure, it's the step-by-step tasks, the comprehensive information. So yes, if anybody's looking for, structure and also accountability, because we have coaching calls, and actually we'll go into that next. So about the coaching calls, how would you say those helped you? Because some people join the program and they never show up to the coaching calls. But whenever Paco was going through something in his mind, a limiting belief, or if he felt like trapped, like, because Paco has some very big goals and things he wants to do. And there's always that voice of doubt that tries to hold you back. So he would come to the coaching calls and ask about this doubt and how to overcome it. And we would work through it, and we would create breakthroughs. Well, what would you say about that, Paco?
No, the coaching goals are absolutely important and necessary, because even you go to the program, each of us has some unique needs and unique or particular way to think, and those coaching calls actually helps to customize the program to you, and help you to break those small doubt or challenges that you have, especially because you are challenging yourself, you are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, which is not always good. The comfort zone is not good. So, and that brings a lot of fears, that brings a lot of doubt, that brings a lot of questions, right? And those coaching calls are important to get answers on all that, and say, yes, you're doing right. This is correct. This is right what you're feeling. And this is go away, or this will evolve in this or in that. So it's important to encourage you to continue moving forward on the program. If you don't have those coaching goals, you can get stuck in some details
In your mind.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that will prevent you to be successful. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm super glad and super humbled that, the coaching calls helped as well. I have this ability to kind of take on people's energy or ask the right questions that bring up the answers. So I'm always here to help. Even after you finish the program, you're welcome back to the calls every Sunday as well. So that's another thing. If anybody watching this is curious. So I would also like to ask you, Paco, what is like one big goal that you have that you are now more confident in achieving? I know you're even starting a business, and I don't know if that was even in the works before the program. It was probably in your mind, but I don't know if it was actually in the works. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, it was in the mind. So I never pulled the trigger, and this program helps me to pull the trigger and actually started working on, right. So I still have there is a way to go, but I have to start in some points. But those mindset really prevent me a lot to do the first step. So I did the first step during this program. So yeah, I mean, as I say, I have a a good job, stable, well-paid job, but it's not fulfilling, right? So I think everyone always has a dream to have an occupation that actually fills you and makes you feel good, and that's what I want to do, right? Always had that in my mind. So I know that I have to change something. I know, and But again, it was all those doubt. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to do it. So much work. What about if it doesn't work? So those kind of things. So the program helps you to shape those answers and say, yep. So now I know the risk. I'm accepting it. Let's do it. So yeah. So I'm starting working on that right now.
And I can't wait for the day to hear from you that it's ready, that you have your first client, or that you made your first sale, or whatever it is. I'm gonna be super excited for you. You know, I'm still in your corner no matter what. And I'm happy for you, man, that you got that going and you're getting it off the ground. So without making this video too long, I have one more thing that I'd like to ask, and that is simply for you to give advice to anybody who might be watching this video that might be skeptical, that might, you know, be unsure if they want to book a call to, you know, speak and see if they're a good fit. Like, what would you say to that person that's just watching this, kind of unsure, on edge?
So one of the thing is, yes, one of the thing is we need to eat our proud and recognize that we need help, right? Everybody needs help. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a different point of view to help you. And that's probably the biggest and most important step of somebody say, okay, I want this. I don't know how to do it. Let me find out who can help me with that, right? So if a person is struggling with fears and, you know, doubts, or, you know, a bunch of negative thinking, it's time to say, well, I need somebody to help me to organize those ideas in a most productive way. And recognizing that you need help is the first step. And the second step is, okay, so who can help me this, right? So if after, you know, seeing your videos and the content of your program, if they feel it, wow, this seems to be right. I mean, it really doesn't cost much to, you know, take the phone and give you a call, and having this one-to-one initial consultation with you really doesn't take much. And that person can actually start moving forward in their dreams. So it's important to really start taking actions.
It definitely is. And thank you so much for sharing a piece of your mind here. Yeah, like pride and ego, sometimes we think we can do it all by ourselves, but sometimes, most of the times, it's the reason that we are where we are, and we're not moving forward. But I might not be the person that can help you, right? If you get on the phone with me and we talk and it doesn't seem like a good fit, I might be able to direct you to somebody else that you would fit better with.
But you have to take the chance. It has to take the chance and do that call.
But yeah, it's you know, completely up to the watcher. I'm super humbled and blessed to be able to hear your experience. And even though we had some technical difficulties, you were still willing to come on here for a second time and share your experience with the people. So any last words for you? Any last words for anybody that might be watching?
No, just you know, give you a big thanks to you, Chris. I know that putting this program together took you hours and hours of your own study, your own experiences. You know, you were able to pick probably the best of each element that you have been doing in all your past years, right?
Yeah.
And then putting it together in a comprehensive, easy to digest, practical program is good. And thank you for that. I think it's really good.
Thank you, Paco.